Morning, good morning. How are you? All right, well, I will go ahead. Want to make sure that we silence our cell phones. Make sure everyone can hear you. I think this is volume's doing well today. Can you hear me? Yeah. I think so. Boy. Okay, well, please do go ahead and silence your cell phones so everyone that is in the audience and watching from home on YouTube can hear the message and the information. So I know we have a couple resident updates or announcements, so we'll start there. We've got Miss Annette, Candy. We'll start with you.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Annette Pierce, Region Sales President, Region Sales Scholarship Fund President. Wow, I got a promotion. Okay. Well, anyway, once again, I'm here to thank each and every one of you. The donations have been coming in generously, and I know you feel good about supporting our dedicated, hardworking associates. And we're grateful that we're able to give scholarships once again this year. Last year, if you remember, we awarded 40 scholarships, which was great. And I have a feeling there even could be a few more. We'll see. We have a couple more weeks. They're filling out their applications right now. The evaluation committee is working on that. And of course, we'll determine the amount that we're able to award and how many will be receiving those awards. You know that they're all tax deductible, so it's something that's a real winner for you.
Whoa.
You are the winners, the associates are the winners, and so we're in a race, we're in the last lap, and you all come Saturday, June 13th, at 2 o'clock here at the town hall to see how grateful and how happy all our associates are receiving. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Annette. Candy, did you have?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Absolutely.
I didn't bring my hat, I'm sorry. Candy Muller here, Chairman of the Dining Committee. And I think, I hope that most of you, like me, feel like food at this point is the most important thing in our life. We check it regularly. Anyway, we do need to let the food and beverage department know where we stand, what we like, what we don't like. And we do have a number of ways to do that. And I know we talk to one another regularly about it. But what I'd like to ask you to do is, on each table, there are one of these. You can use your phone to access it, and it takes you to where you can leave a review. And there also is a place for comments. And also, on each table, you should see these. If you don't want to fill it out electronically, fill out one of these. They should be on each table, and there should be pencils or pens there for you to fill out and leave at the front desk when you leave. You also can access it online on your Regency Oaks app. It's called an app on the Regency Oaks app. And not that it's a competition, but all the communities within our portfolio fill these out. And they do keep track of how many get filled out. And we do have some communities that have a large number of reviews. So I'm kind of giving you that option to help our numbers go up. Not a competition, but sort of. Anyway, thank you. Thank you so much.
So she's absolutely right. It does go directly into our system, and we are able to see all of that feedback. It can be anonymous. You don't have to put your name, but I get comments and feedback all the time about food, and there's lots of platforms of where that information goes, so it goes to the right people at the right time so we can get you a right solution. So you do have a platform for that feedback. That is one of many So please use that. It really is helpful. I take your feedback as well. I follow up on everything you all tell me. However, that is the number one main way to get any of your comments, questions, or feedback about the menu items, the food, how spicy, etc., to place there. And then that goes to myself, our regional food and beverage, and the food and beverage team, so we are able to address it. And as I mentioned, I do meet with food and beverage weekly, so that's the type of items that we go over. And I meet with Candy as well, and we go over that feedback. So please use that platform, it's really important. Any other resident announcements? No? Okay, so we'll go ahead into our leadership updates. So just our weekly reminder, please make sure to return those items to the service areas. That is our luggage carts, wheelchairs, and the other items that are there for everyone's use. Our other weekly reminder, please remember to wear your name badge. We have lots of new residents that want to learn your names and you want to learn theirs. So if you haven't, that's okay. Just make sure that you have that. And if you would like people to know that you have any hearing or vision, low hearing or vision, we do have those as well that we can get added. So just stop by the front desk and we can get those added to your name badge for further exposure on that. So just a reminder, the annual shred bins are here. They have been placed in the north and south lobbies. As we mentioned, we have already filled up about 4 of those. So please make sure that we continue to use those. They are there for your use of those important documents, especially after tax season. So use those. They are securely disposed of, recycled and shredded. I know we mentioned this last week, but just another reminder, the post office is doing an annual Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. They are starting their collection of non-perishable food. There are collection boxes in the mailrooms, and they will be picking them up on May 9th. So I know we mentioned this last week, but just want another reminder. Our Postal Service is doing a Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive, and they will be picking that up May 9th. So little updates from Environmental Services. Clearwater Carpets will be here to clean the first floor in each building. South building will be at on the 6th at 7 p.m. and the north building will be on the 7th at 7 p.m. We will be doing additional pressure washing on the 7th and just addressing the south building entrance to the breezeway and past the town hall. So not the entire area, we're just doing portions as we continue to fight through all of the pollen and coffee. Mostly coffee. And birds. Mostly coffee. Another reminder from Amy, please use the towels for their intended purpose, which is showering and face washing. In April, we had 238 pounds of towels that are no longer able to be distributed due to staining. While we understand some things are unavoidable, this is a substantial number. So this is actually causing a shortage in towels. We have ordered more, so we are asking that you be patient. But just keep in mind, if you spill your coffee or your red wine, don't use your beautiful bath towels because we have lost 238 pounds of stains we can't get out. So just keep that in mind. We will be ordering more, but this number is significantly increasing, so we wanted to make sure to mention it. So just continuing to talk about your favorite topic, the elevators. It is ongoing in the M wing. I have a few more weeks for that. We are sorry for the inconvenience. We do have those other elevators up and running, but that one will be down for a couple more weeks while they finish the refurbishment. That is the M wing elevator that has a few more weeks. So a little from Darwin and Chris and our plant operations team. They have about 131 work orders completed and about 51 are still open. Last week they had some main pipes plumbing repairs in the north wing. They completed with Blue Team our 3rd floor flat roof. They replaced an element board on the service elevator in the south. They are, of course, continuing to work with Blue Team on the refurbishment of that M elevator. They are continuing to work with Blue Team on the vinyl replacements. They replaced 2 HVACs, new ACs in resident apartments. They added new sprinklers to lanais and some new deluxe units that we are building out. They did replace a breaker in the north wing south building, and they are, of course, continuing to coordinate with Blue Team on the north third floor ethos banding repairs that are on the M wing, as you can see. And we are continuing, of course, to focus on our 2026 CapEx projects, which is our cooling towers, our south kitchen flooring, and the paving project. So the cooling towers were actually just approved. Those will be the next item that we will be addressing. So I just wanted to keep this up here just as a reminder. If you have any issues with water leaks, AC, or any type of electrical issues or smell like something's burning, please let us know immediately so we can address that. We always have on call, we always have staff here, and we do have emergency protocols for those things. So please do make sure you communicate and let us know so we can help you and get that stuff addressed. Those are the major life safety issues that we want to make sure we can be in front of. As we mentioned, Blue Team is continuing their last few items or projects. They will now be finishing the vinyls. They're finishing the last few this week, and they will be completed with the vinyls project. So there will be no additional ones that they are circling back. They've been doing that for the last couple of weeks, and that will be one more project. We are done with Blue Team. I know. So continuing additional projects, we are completing the third floor flat roof this week. We are just asking them to get it all cleaned up. There's some glue and some nasty stuff on there. So we are asking them to get that cleaned up. Thank you for the pictures provided. We will begin our landscaping in the next 2 weeks. We got that approved and that invoice processed. So we are going to begin the refurbishment of our landscaping in the next couple of weeks. So a lot of these areas that have been destroyed due to all the construction will be replaced by our current landscaping company and an additional partner they're bringing in, since it will be such a large project. We are continuing on the north and south ethos banding. That, of course, as we discussed, started on the 20th, and that will be about 1 to 2 weeks period. So we'll continue communicating as we move to the different corridors and different wings. But we are still currently on the M wing. And then just as that reminder, we still have some additional areas, our dining rooms in the north and the south, as well as our sales and marketing center. We will be beginning that at about the 3rd week of June, and that will take about 2 weeks in there. So again, this is just kind of a photo as we discussed. The sales center is finished with the roof. They will just be getting the paint and carpet. So it shouldn't be a big interruption to residents, just mostly to the sales team. So as far as IHS says they're celebrating more than a day. They're celebrating care, comfort, and connection. Our caregivers support daily living needs like meals, personal care, and companionship while adding small touches of joy to every day. Because the best celebrations happen when you feel safe, supported, and at home. Let IHS help you live well. So if there's anything that you're needing their help with, they can help you at extension 502 or 503. We are up to, typically we have about 20-something medication reminders or medication management cases. So we're right around 22 medication management cases. So that is another thing that IHS can help you with if you are needing that assistance. Some residents have up to 20 or 30 pills that we help them manage. So just keep that in mind if that's help that you need. So we are celebrating love in all of its forms this Mother's Day. So IHS is actually going to be celebrating with a self-portrait and flowers in the breezeway on the 8th from 3 to 4 p.m. So if you'd like to get those, they're going to have flowers and a beautiful backdrop. They're going to take those photos, the breezeway, that Friday the 8th from 3 to 4 p.m. Isn't it? So I know we had this last week, but I wanted to leave this on there again. Can never over communicate, can we? I just wanted to discuss the continued scams, the healthcare scams that are on the rise, and older adults are often targeted. Scammers may try to steal personal information, health insurance details, or even money by pretending to be a legitimate healthcare provider or government representative. This month's Navigator newsletter includes a guide to help you identify and avoid these scams. So please do reach out to Kelly or Carol if you receive a notice that you're not familiar with and just want to put you on heightened awareness about these. So additional information from resident services, we will have our new resident orientation will be held tomorrow from 10 a.m. until noon here in the town hall if you'd like to attend just for extra refreshers. It is a great time to learn the ins and outs from each department. And Kelly typically presents information directly from the handbook and the health and wellness program. So that's all of the information she goes over, as well as the directors for our new resident orientation. We have about 7 RSVP'd for tomorrow. So I know we discussed this last week, but just wanted to place this as a continued reminder again. I feel like, saying something once is probably not always enough. But just wanted to make sure that we all communicated. Kelly's last week is this week. She is leaving for personal family reasons, and Betsy is now going to be taking over Kelly's position. So we will be working on the transition of that, getting Betsy the additional training she needs for that role, and we will be recruiting for Betsy's replacement as the Director of Administrative Services. So continuing to work on that. I have a couple interviews this week, so we'll find someone that we get in that role as Betsy transitions to her new role with our health and wellness and resident services. We'll continue to keep an eye on this. We do not have any current COVID cases that we are aware of, but we actually do have a lot of sinus infections going around. Actually, my doctor told me that it's been a major issue going around. It's like a viral sinus infection, and sometimes the only thing that kicks it is antibiotics. So if you've been having ongoing issues, maybe talk to your doctor about that. So we currently do not have any COVID cases, but we are seeing an uptick in that sinus infection. So just keep that in mind if you do talk to your doctor or having those issues. So just a little update from our healthcare team. So it's actually Nurses Week. I know we discussed this last week. So we are celebrating our nurses every single day. Yesterday we had a nacho bar for Nacho Average Nurse. Had a good time. You like that? So we really enjoyed spending time with them. Of course, we include Carol and Shantae over with our assisted living and skilled nursing nurses. But we will be celebrating them each and every day, and we celebrate all of you that are retired nurses. So thank you for everything you do. This is your special week, and we really always appreciate everything they do for our community. The skilled nursing CEMP was approved. That is their disaster preparedness plan, was approved by the county for skilled nursing. We are still waiting for the approval for assisted living. Again, that is a qualification that is required in that setting since it is heavily licensed and managed by the state. And then just a little information that Kyle, our healthcare administrator, and myself will actually be at the SLM training, Senior Leadership Management training next week. And the following week, Kyle will be at a PDP training for the graduation class in Des Moines. So if you are familiar, I know if you do have family or friends over in the skilled nursing and you work closely with Kyle, he will be out for the next couple weeks at various conferences and training. But he's got a great team in place, and just because we're out of the office, we're never fully out of the office. So just like to make sure we always communicate if you don't see them for a couple days, where they're at and why. So a little from the food and beverage, they have lots going on. So they'll be doing their wine club on the 12th, their beer club on the 19th with chili dogs. Pasta night will be chicken parmesan and grouper. That sounds awesome. Cinco de Mayo, actually a special menu, so we'll be having that today, of course. And then we will be doing a breezeway on the 8th with buffalo wings, beef on weck, I had to look that up, and novelty bars. It is a sandwich with a special bun and an au jus and a horseradish. I had just Googled it. And we will be having our Enchanted Evening on Wednesday the 27th, so super excited for that. Please do attend, it's always a beautiful evening. We did just want to make sure we communicate the pub will be closed on Thursday night and all day Friday. We have a big investors visit from 9 to 11 Friday morning. There were supposed to be 17 of them, as well as LCS, as well as Regency Oaks leadership. So there was no venue large enough that we could feed them all in. So we're sorry to have taken the gastropub, but we're also going to use this as an opportunity to deep clean it. So while we've got it closed, we're going to get in there and scrub every inch of it. So we apologize for any inconvenience. I never like to change anything on your schedule or close anything to you. We just didn't really see any other place to feed these folks. But we will make sure that while we're doing it, we get it deep cleaned as well. We will be doing coffee and pastries in the breezeways that morning. Since we aren't providing the full breakfast as normal, so we will do coffee and pastries, so still do come have breakfast with us if you do. And we are doing a pop-up that day at 4 p.m. in the breezeway, so we'll still be feeding you outside even though we have the gastropub closed. So we don't like to take anything away without adding something supplemental. So again, we appreciate you in advance while we can host that many people at once and also get the pub deep cleaned. So just thanks for your understanding. As far as activities this week, Ginger is well on her way in her vacation, so Sam's been doing a great job. Thank you, Sam. Wednesday, the 6th, we will have our new resident orientation as we discussed at 10 a.m. in the town hall. Thursday, May 7th, we are having theater group at 1 p.m. in town hall.
Canceled.
Oh, canceled. Just kidding. Wipe that out. So that's canceled. Friday, May 8th, vocal cords, 11 a.m. in Town Hall. Saturday, the 9th is trivia game night, 7:30 Grand Lobby South. And Sunday, the 10th, celebrate Mother's Day with Catherine Lamb, a piano concert at 3 p.m. here in the Town Hall. And then Sunday, the 10th, there will be no Catholic Mass. So a little as far as sales updates. So our next event actually has about 30 attendees so far. We are doing an open house on the 7th from about 1 to 3 p.m. We are maintaining an average daily census above 370. We're at about 372 today, and we have 8 deposits to our Q2 goal of 16. So well on our way for our next quarter's goal. As you know, we are highly occupied, so that leaves us very limited inventory. So we've got maybe 2 one-bedrooms and 3 two-bedrooms. So working through that and working a really good wait list so we can make sure to stay at our occupancy. So thanks as always to all of the ambassadors and all the residents with help with all of those efforts. And we really just had a fantastic April. So we have we have quite a few open positions at the moment. Every year around this time, we kind of have that challenge. But we've been able to get them filled quite adequately in this last month. Just in April, these are all of our new hires. So we had 2 CNAs for assisted living. We had that dining room manager and server in food and beverage. We had an RN in skilled nursing. We did hire our certified dietary manager. We got some dietary aides, floor techs for healthcare, 3 HHAs for IHS, our move-in coordinator, a security officer, and 2 additional CNAs for skilled nursing. So we have a great recruitment team, we have a great HR team that does a really good job of keeping us well intact in regards to our staffing levels. And we just continue to work on that. So we had new hire orientation last week, and we'll have it again coming this week. It's next week. Then really just the little updates from me as we've discussed. Our next step with the blue team will be our north and south dining rooms. We will close them down to get those renovated. We are finalizing the purchasing of the chairs and still waiting on that 14 to 16 week lead time for the carpet as it is being made. So we will communicate once we kind of have a date to begin that process, but that will be coming in the upcoming months. Again, as we mentioned, the sales office renovation, we'll begin that around June. We did complete that third floor flat roof, so we were able to get those white pads up as well as their big heavy equipment. So we'll just get those last few items done and we'll be completed with one more blue team project. As we mentioned, we will begin the landscaping. We'll start around the south A wing, and that is scheduled for about the next 2 weeks to begin. And I know I discussed this, but we do have the Janus Living investor visit. Actually, I have one coming on Thursday at 4 p.m. now, as well as Friday from 9 to 11. It will be the board of directors of Janus Living, Health Peak, which is an aspect of Health Peak, and LCS and myself and some of our leadership team that will be hosting them, showing them our community, talking about CapEx items, and future growth. So lots of exciting stuff. We've had lots of these visits. This is probably the biggest one just because there's so many people. And it actually is our board of directors. So looking forward to meeting them, showing them everything we have to offer, how wonderful of a community we have, and what they can do to help us grow and be pretty. So other than that, we discussed our EFIS banding is in progress. We are celebrating our Nurses Week. We did make an offer to a medication nurse within IHS, so looking forward to getting them onboarded. As we discussed, I'd just like to remind Dinder is on PTO, paid time off, vacation, through the 18th. Reminder as well, Forum is next week. We will do that in place of Tuesday Talk. If you do not know what Forum is a comprehensive update from all the directors that goes over all of their accomplishments, items they've addressed, and any changes they have coming up from each department, and gives you an opportunity to also ask any questions as well. It's just another forum of open communication and updates, so you always are in the know with RO. So, and then really, like we discussed, Kyle and I will be at another conference next week, so I will not be at Forum, but Sherry will cover my updates, and the rest of the team will be here aside from Kyle and myself, because we will be at a conference in Des Moines. So really, that was not too much for today. That's all the updates I had. We'll have lots of information for you next week. I know Earl, if you would like, didn't you have a visitor that you've invited, Earl, if you'd like to introduce them? So Earl has a visitor that he has invited, and so we just wanted to give him a quick moment.
Thank you. Yes, Kevin Laughlin is here. He is one of the people that's going to be wanting to bid on the city council, and what all he needs is cards to be filled out. This is not political in that sense, whether it's Democrat or anything. It's just getting good people on the city council, and then you'll be able to vote later on. But he's here to speak a little bit and maybe give you some cards. Kevin?
They give me my own. Thank you. I'm Kevin R.T. Laughlin. I'm local. I live right down on the edge of Delaware. I've been in town for 13 years. I'm not here to politic or anything. The election is until August 18th. I came into the whole race very late, just a few weeks ago. Earl and many others have been helping me get the candidate petitions that I need to turn in to officially be on the ballot. You need 250 of them, which doesn't sound like too much in a room full of people like this, and you would almost push me over my goal. 3 of the 5 candidates for the 2 open seats already qualified yesterday. The qualifying period opened yesterday, and it closes on the 15th. They say 250, but they say you also need 300 because Joe wasn't actually registered to vote, or they lived in top of the world, and that's not really Clearwater. But I know all of you, if you live here, you're Clearwater residents, and if you are registered to vote in the city of Clearwater, I'd so appreciate you helping get over the top. I have 3-4 clipboards. Someone's already snatched one of my pens. If anybody has a pen I can borrow. And I'd appreciate it. I won't take any more of your time.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you, Earl, for inviting them, and if you're interested, please let them know. Other than that, any questions you have for me that I can cover? Yes, Chris.
Just a quick one. How long do you anticipate the dining rooms
Being closed.
How
She
long?
asked, how long do you anticipate the dining rooms being closed? So I don't know just yet. Once we get into the planning piece of that, I will communicate that.
And how are you gonna work, like meals served or?
Very carefully.
Okay. I got
We
it.
haven't crossed that bridge. We've talked a little with Ricky. We'll just kind of switch everything to the other dining room. It is just installing carpet, so it shouldn't be a very long time. But once we get closer, then we'll have kind of the logistics and a time frame, and we'll communicate that. But we'll feed you, that I can promise. Any other questions for me? Okay, well, thank you all for attending. I will see you the week after next. And I think Betsy and the team will handle forum for you. So thanks so much for always attending and participating. Have a great day. Bye.